All right, okay, something new for today, bringing you massive value, as I would say, in all types of ways. So, another day, another week, another flow. Last week, I showed you how people are connecting their bank accounts to ChatGPT and other AI LLMs on their own. So, this week, the industry answered. In the last month, Visa, Intuit, and an actual FDIC insured bank have all announced AI money coaches built directly into the apps you already use. You will not have to go find the AI anymore. It is coming to where your money already lives, and it will be on by default before most people even ask for it. Meanwhile, the regulator that would normally draw the line here has publicly admitted it, has not decided where the line is. So today, I want to walk you through what just launched, what these tools actually can and cannot do, and the one question to ask yourself before your bank app starts offering you answers. So here's what actually happened. On July 14th, Visa announced a white label AI financial assistant any bank can embed. Your transactions plus the bank's data plus Visa's 300 billion transaction network. And this is going to pilot with US banks starting this month. So basically, Visa would be partnering with your bank so that it would get access to all your transactions throughout your bank, through your credit card, all your bank data, sharing more of your data to give you AI advice, AI answers. And July 23rd, Intuit Credit Karma's for AI assistants were covered as live. They've got Credit Karma Intelligence, Credit Karma Debt, Credit Karma Refund, Credit Karma Paycheck. One shared evolving picture of your money. So this is basically like having some agents that are going to do intelligence, refund, paycheck. But really, I mean, it's like it only has access to your bank info. So, I mean, I'd be really surprised to see this. It sounds like a lot more hype than is actually going to offer value. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. July 28th, First Internet Bank officially connects customer accounts to GPT and Claude. So you can see all these big companies are moving quick. There's no regulations. They can pretty much, push the line as much as they want right now. And the regulatory committees have said there are no regulations, there are no lines to cross. As long as the AI is the one making the decision, no one is held accountable if it makes a bad choice. If it makes a good choice, then I guess everybody wins. The main thing I'm thinking is how much do your credit card companies actually want you to make good money decisions and save your money and not have credit card debt? So I'm going to talk about what this means, everything I've said so far, translate it a little bit. Until now, you had to go to get AI. You had to download an app. You had to connect it through Plaid. You had to opt in. Basically, you had to understand what could be possible and you had to take the steps to do it. That all flips now. Guidance becomes a default feature of your bank app, and it's going to be in all finance apps before you know it. Visa said the strategy out loud. People already ask AI about money, and as I have already covered, the results show that more people ask AI about money than actual financial advisors. Banks have the full picture and the trust. They're not wrong, and that is exactly why it matters. So, this wave is money guidance, spending and saving. Nobody here is picking stocks for you, although it is possible. The big banks that I just talked about, from what I understand, that is not what is part of being offered in these new AI services. Yet the interface it trains you on is ask the app what to do. That seems to be what's universal is. It's all about asking the app what to do. The app gives you advice, or in some cases, maybe just does it for you. But I mean, that's just the app making decisions for you. That's your bank deciding what you should invest in. That's your credit card company telling you how to budget your money. So here's the catch. The honest limits are actually the most revealing part. First Internet Bank is read only. It cannot move money. It cannot transact your money for you. It does not train on your data. This actually seemed like the best setup out of everything I heard so far. I still wouldn't want them. I've never even heard of First Internet Bank in the first place. So even a bank that I have heard of, I would not want them making my investment decisions for me. But here it's like they kind of understand that. So they made it so it's not making decisions for you. It can't move your money. It doesn't even get access to your data. But this is like just getting itself out there. I'm sure it'll probably do more in the future. This is just the first step. And I believe this is the right way to ship this. I think some of these other institutions are taken a little bit too far from the start, but hey, that's not my decision. That's their business. They can run it how they want. So, Intuit's engineers, they tuned the prompt so the LLM isn't freelancing. What does that mean? It's the deterministic software does the math. So, think about that for a minute. The companies shipping AI money coaches do not let the AI freelance with numbers. So even they realize that they should not be trusting an AI to do anything with numbers. Deterministic software simply means that it's not going to hallucinate and have any mistakes. That's why that would do the math. That's why that would be dealing with the numbers. So this makes a lot of sense to me, but I think they've explained it in a way that doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Is that it's basically saying we don't trust AI to be dealing with anything when it comes to do with numbers. So that is very important to consider. A lot of these banks are putting it out there and they are trusting AI with numbers already. So the banks trust AI with the conversation, but not with the decision math. So should you trust it with your decisions? And the line question from last week has not moved. The SEC has publicly admitted it has not determined whether AI guidance becomes regulated advice. Nobody is breaking any rules. There are no rules yet to be broken. Capability shipped. Accountability still has not. And also, that's just United States of America. Europe and other countries are progressively saying that they're in the process of making regulations. And it seems like the businesses outside of America are not moving as fast to make these implementations. So now I want to look at the bigger shift, the direction of travel across all three. Fewer moments where you decide, more moments where the app suggests and you accept. So if you don't know what you're doing, how are you going to know if the app gives you a bad or a good suggestion? How are you going to know to accept it? You're not going to know if it's a good choice until years down the road. So each step is small and reasonable. A spending summary here, a subscription nudge there. The sum is an interface where the default is asking the app instead of understanding the answer. This is the same pattern as last week, only one level up already within the last week. This is moving so quick. So many ideas that I first had that I thought, this would be really awesome. I know that AI can do it. I know it would provide a lot of value. However, it would be against regulations. Now I see so many big banks and they're moving on the ideas I had, and it's like they feel, with whatever's going on right now, they're not abiding by the regulations that normally would come into play. They're going off the fact that the SEC has said there are no regulations for these AI agents. So basically, as long as the AI agent is making the mistake, the banks will not be held accountable. So now here's the flip. When every app in your pocket offers answers by default, the scarce skill is not access to guidance. It is knowing what you actually want from the tool. Do you want it to decide for you? Do you want it to do it for you? Or do you want it to teach you? The bank's AI knows your balance. It does not know who you are as an investor, what you fear, what you chase, what you will actually stick with when it drops, what you will actually believe in, even when the entire market is saying, and all the media is saying, oh, the crash just started. Looks like we could go down another 50%. Look at what happened, 100 years ago. Everything went down 80%. It's possible. Are you going to believe in the bank's suggestions in stocks when you're getting all this news sent to you on a daily basis? Or are you going to believe in the stocks that you picked because you had the insight to pick them based on your own decisions? Think about that. All right, so AI is racing to do everything for you, and now it is being built into the apps you already have, so you never have to make the call yourself. If a machine makes every decision, how do you ever learn? How do you get better? When is it wrong? Is it not the one who pays? What happens if you're not constantly getting smarter? What happens if you're not constantly learning? What happens if more and more choices are being delegated away from you? Think about that. The goal was never to outsource the decision. It is to become an investor who knows their own style and improves over time. A tool can do it for you. It cannot do the growing for you. So that is what Stackivate is built around, starting with knowing what kind of investor you are. If your bank app offered an AI money coach tomorrow, would you turn it on? What would you ask it first? Tell me below. I'll read every comment. I want to know. So that's going to be it for today. Hopefully you got a lot of value off of what I had to say. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm coming through with new information steady, all about AI and your money. This is moving quick. This is a brand new world, and I'm coming through with the right information for you. So go ahead and like too if you haven't done that. I'm out.